Everyone take their seats, please.
Okay, I'd like to call a meeting to order for November 7th, 2024. Please stand for the pledge. Cindy's going to lead us off.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Kavanaugh, Corbin,
Here.
Cunningham,
Here.
Davio, Henderson, here, During,
Here.
Jones, Kinville,
Here.
Kennard,
Here.
Rieger,
Here.
Reuter,
Here.
Roberts, Schwartz,
Here.
Stepanski,
Here.
Jones, or Stokes. I'm sorry. I know. I already yelled at, he wanted to be in your seat today. Stokes, Vosberg,
Here.
Walrod, Wicks,
Here.
Win. Let the record show it's the only time that I've called someone by the wrong name so far. I think we're doing good. Sorry, TJ. 1,500 votes present.
I trust that all the supervisors have looked over the minutes for October 8th. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Kyle? Pete? In discussion, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, Cindy has a budget presentation. It's a little under 2 hours, she said.
Oh, no, I just wanted to hit some of the highlights of the 2025 tentative budget. For the supervisors, you all have on your desks the budget message that accompanies the full budget that was emailed to you earlier this week. Those items will also be posted to the county website for you and any members of the public that wish to view them. One of the metrics that's most important to people is what is the tax levy and what is the change in that levy compared to the prior year. So the proposed budget calls for a total budget of about 165.8 million. That's the full county. And with that, it has a tax levy of about 48.3 million, which is an increase of 2.55% in the levy. That is within the tax cap for 2025 with a buffer of about $14,000 there. So it's just under the cap as is often the case. And so with that, the total budget had increased by a little over $7 million. And even with that and a decrease in the use of fund balance of 900,000, all of that difference except for about 1.2 million, which is the amount of the tax levy increase, is covered by other revenue sources, whether that's from sales tax, departmental income, state aid, and so forth. We didn't get there immediately. It takes a lot of back and forth with the departments. Not everyone gets everything that they asked for. So there was again, a lot of work with that, folks going back and, taking multiple looks at their budgets and trimming things up where they could. One of the larger changes in the budget methodology for 2025 is we were really going for a truly realistic, sort of less conservative budget. And the reason for that is because for a length of time, really, the county has been very conservative in its budgeting of sales tax and also in some other items. And in doing so, we have been growing the fund balance, and our general fund balance is now at approximately 30 million. And that for us, in looking at what our expenditures are for, say, a 2-month period, looking at what that is as a percentage of our budget, we're really, right where it's recommended for us to be. And so with that, however, we are using quite a lot as being appropriated in our operating budget each year. So the hope was that by taking sales tax and really budgeting that more right up to where we expect it to be, and having departments are not budgeting for the absolute worst case scenario, being a little less conservative on their budget estimates. I would have hoped to have been able to decrease the fund balance usage in the budget even a little more than we did, but at least it is coming back $900,000 compared to what was in the 2024 budget. So aside from that, this is really more for probably the public, is the board is already aware of this, but I did just want to mention that in looking at the county tax rates, may be a little bit higher than folks would see in other counties because of the county and its sharing arrangements for things like sales tax, some other revenues, and also through our shared services. And the budget message contains, a little bit more information about that. I did just want to, with this discussion that was had in committee of the whole, to point out that there are routinely items that are pulled from the operating budget to be funded with host community benefit revenue. What we've always, tried to do is to apply that revenue for things that are, like not completely operating, things that we're doing that are, more of one-time projects, equipment, and so forth. And so attached to your budget message, there is a list of the projects that have been pulled from the budget intended to be funded by that. And that does total $2,336,500. And so with that, just if the county were to retain less of its, of that host community benefit, this year, we would need to take some action to address that, in the budget. The New York State mandates, even though this year their budget did not hit us or other counties as hard as certainly the year before did, regardless, there's still mandates in our 2025 budget that are over $43 million, or about 90% of our total tax levy. And that, you'll see that metric of 90% is very common across New York State counties, particularly because of Medicaid is still the largest of those mandates for us. So we always have concern about future state budgets and what might come from that as they have their fiscal issues. They do often look to the counties to help fund those. So I guess with that, I'll just say a thank you to all of the department heads and their financial staff that I work so closely with, for the Finance Ways and Means Committee and their participation throughout the process and attendance at the budget hearings. We've had Chairman Cunningham, Vice Chair Walrod, and so many supervisors have been very active and engaged in the whole process. Appreciate that. And also Mark with his connections, even with folks at other counties and through NISAC, and just the legislative impacts of things has also been a great help to me. So if during this process, if you all have questions, just let me know. We can meet with you individually, or if there's a group of you that wishes to get together, we can do that as well. And we will have public hearings on the budget on Thursday, November 21st, starting at 11:10.
Are there any questions? Thank you, Cindy, for a great budget. You are awesome. Okay, so hey, we have a winner for the photo contest, and to talk about that, Samantha.
So we showed the board the photo contest last last month. We now have our winners announced. And we have created from the photo contest a calendar for all to see. So there's 12 winners, 2 from the city of Oneida, and then 1 from each of the other towns that people submitted photos of. And altogether we had 11 of the 16 towns photos were submitted. Overall, we had 96 photos submitted, which was a great turnout. We plan on doing this as a yearly activity, hopefully. So start gathering your photos, start asking people to take some photos. We think the winners and the photos that we got were really great this year. You'll see the grand prize winner at the end, but getting through some of the towns right now. Oops. Let me see if I can shrink it more. There we go. We will have calendars for 2025 on sale that feature all of the main winners on it and also runner-ups photos on the back. They are for sale for $5. If any of the towns would like to sell them out of their offices, just ask either myself or Kristen or Jenny for copies that you can bring with you. Like I said, there's just $5 flat fee, or people can call the board office and request one and we can mail them out to them. Almost there. We're going to see the grand prize soon.
Another thing that we are very excited to do is take the selected winners that are featured in the calendar, and our hallway leading up to the chambers is very bare, if you have not noticed. So it is our intention to frame a lot of these wonderful pictures that have been submitted by county residents and help have them line the hallway leading up to the chambers. So we are looking forward to making this an annual event, as Sam said, and be able to continue this on.
Drum roll, please. And so this is your winner from the town of Eaton. We all know Joe was going to be happy. We did invite the grand prize winner to come to the meeting. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to attend today, but we'll give her a shout. And we also are sending letters congratulating the winners to them, as well as the grand prize winner receives a $200 gift card, courtesy of the Brewster Inn, for the Brewster Inn and Madison County Tourism. So, thank you all.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone who participated in this program. It was great. This is our first public comment period for items that are on today's agenda. Mike, can you see back there? Do we have anybody signed in? No names on the list. Would anybody like to speak on the agenda items? If not, okay. So going to unfinished business.
Yep, we're gonna begin with our unfinished business today. This is resolution 24-354. This is authorizing town, village, and city municipal grants from host community benefit and modifying the 2024 adopted county budget. This was tabled at our October 8th meeting by Supervisor Davio and seconded by Supervisor Pinard.
Tom? Mike? Mike?
Motion to take up from the table resolution 24-364, authorizing town, village, and city municipal grants from host community benefit and modify the 2024 adopted county budget.
Okay, can I have a second?
Second.
John Pinard? Okay, there's no discussion with this, and all in favor say aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, so
Everyone in favor? Should we do, we gotta do a roll call?
no, this, once we took, we're good.
Oh, I
That just
got you.
brought it up
Yep,
off the
sorry,
table. Yeah.
sorry, yep.
Okay,
gotcha.
now we're gonna talk about
Nah,
it. So is there any discussion? Not hearing any, we'll move to a roll call.
It's day of silly season, everyone. Davio,
No.
Henderson,
Yes.
During,
Aye.
Jones, Kinville,
Aye.
Pinard,
No.
Rieger,
No.
Reuter, Roberts, Schwartz,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Stokes, Fosberg,
Yes.
Walrod,
Aye.
Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn. Kavanaugh. Corbin,
No.
Cunningham.
Aye.
Hang on one moment, please. We have 812 votes in favor, 688 opposed. The resolution passes.
And respect to a death of Roland Shea Senior, Alex.
Yep, we gotta get a motion for this one first. Yep, we'll move forward. Our first resolution in respect to the death of Roland Shea Senior. This is Rex Vosberg, Chairman, Criminal Justice Public Safety Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Second by Mr. Reuter. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Go ahead, Alex.
Whereas Roland Shea Senior departed from this life on October 18th, 2024, and whereas Roland served the Munnsville Volunteer Fire Company from 1972 until the time of his passing, serving in various roles throughout the years, including chief, assistant chief, treasurer, safety officer. And whereas Roland represented the town of Stockbridge for many years on the Madison County Fire Advisory Board, including many years as the board's chairman. And whereas Roland was a charter member of the Madison County Fire Chiefs Association, serving as the association president in 1989. And whereas beyond the outstanding support of the volunteer fire service, Roland's service to his community also included positions on the Stockbridge Town Council, of which he was my deputy, the Madison County Cornell Cooperative Extension, the Grange, and the Sons of American Legion, amongst many other organizations and positions. And whereas Roland will long be remembered for his dedicated service and numerous contributions to the betterment of Madison County, and now therefore be it resolved that the Madison County Board of Supervisors hereby expresses our deepest sympathy to Roland's family in their bereavement, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the family of Roland Shea Senior.
Thank you, Alex.
I'd like to also comment on, it mentioned he was in the Grange. He was treasurer for the Grange for as long as I can remember. He ordered all the food and served most of it at the county or the state fair where the Grange had their food booths. And he and his wife worked that for as long as I can remember, at least back when it was only 1 week. Used to take his camper there and stay inside and stay there for the whole week. Very going to be missed.
We did. Our next resolution is the resolution of appreciation for retiree recognition. This is Pete Walrod, Chairman, Government Operations Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Can I have a second? Mr. Rieger, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, carried. This is an appreciation for John Smith, which has had 21 years at the county. Joe?
Yeah, so John spent the early part of his career, the bulk of it, I would say, at the nice facility on Cedar Street in Morrisville, until about 3 years ago when we built a new shop, and then he's been working out of there for the last 3 years. And John, I want to especially let you know I appreciate the last few years of helping out with our OPPs, entry-level driver training. That's been a new thing that we started recently, and John's been super helpful in getting that done. And he's just been a really good employee. You know, he's one of those guys that he loves doing his job. He comes in, he does a great job every day. He doesn't create any problems or anything. And we're gonna miss him a lot. So congratulations, John.
Thank you, Joe.
Appreciate it. Thank you all.
Okay, moving on to the preferred agenda.
Yep, we're gonna have to vote on resolution number 3 before we jump into preferred agenda because it is waiving rules for resolutions. This is Pete Walrod, Chairman, Government Operations Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Do you have a second? Evan?
Yep.
Roll call, please.
Henderson? Aye. See, you're not used to it. During?
Aye.
Jones? Kinville? Aye. Kennard?
Aye.
Rieger?
Aye.
Reuter? Roberts? Schwartz?
Yes.
Stepanski?
Yes.
Stokes?
Aye.
Bosberg?
Yes.
Walrod? Wicks?
Yes.
Wynn?
Yes.
Kavanaugh?
Aye.
Corbin?
Yes.
Cunningham?
Yes.
Davio. 1,500 votes in favor. All right, now we'll jump into our preferred agenda resolutions for Government Operations Committee. Resolution number 4 is authorizing chairman to enter into an agreement with LG Boucher. Number 5 is authorizing an agreement with Spectrum Enterprise. 6 is amending human resources policy and procedures, pre-placement physical examination and controlled substance screening. 7 is creating an office assistant 2 position and reclassifying a junior accountant to a budget analysis in the finance department. And resolution number 8 is acknowledging introduction of proposed local law number 6 for the year 2024 and calling for a public hearing. This is Pete Walrod, Chairman, Government Operations Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Carried.
We gotta do roll call for preferred.
Oh, it is roll call.
See, it's all right. We're gonna get there, I promise.
Roll call.
During,
Aye.
Jones, Kinville. Aye. Kennard,
Aye.
Rieger,
Aye.
Reuter, Roberts, Schwartz,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Stokes, Bosberg,
Yes.
Walrod, Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn, Kavanaugh, Corbin, Cunningham,
Yes.
Davio, Henderson.
Aye.
1,500 votes in favor. Our Finance, Ways and Means Committee resolutions. Number 9 is accepting tentative budget as filed by the budget officer. Number 10 is appointing a committee to review the 2025 tentative budget. 11 is authorizing public hearing for a tentative budget on Clockville Water District for 2025. 12 is authorizing a public hearing on the tentative county budget for fiscal year 2025. 13 is accepting grant funds with the New York State Stop DWI Foundation and modifying the 2024 adopted county budget. 14 is authorizing participation in federal grant and modifying the 2024 county budget for police traffic services. 15, modifying the 2024 budget for the public health infrastructure grant. Resolution 16 through 23 are all authorizing the modification of the 2024 adopted county budget. 16 is for the OCFS grant fringes. 17 is mental health state aid. 18 is child passenger safety program. 19 is for foster care JD. 20 is mass in transit. 21 is highway. 22 is contingent, and 23 is for IT. Resolution 24 is approval of mortgage tax report for fall 2024. And 25 is authorizing the disbursement of gap elimination funds to Madison County towns and villages. This is Matt Roberts, Chairman, Finance, Ways and Means Committee.
That's a world record for how many resolutions, right?
I know, don't jinx it.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Can I have a motion? Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All right.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Jones, Kinville. Aye. Kennard,
Aye.
Rieger.
Aye.
Reuter, Roberts.
Aye.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Stokes, Bosberg.
Yes.
Walrod, Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn, Kavanaugh, Corbin, Cunningham.
Yes.
Davio, Henderson.
Aye.
During.
Aye.
1,500 votes in favor. Resolutions for our Health and Human Services Committee. Number 26 is reappointing member of the Community Services Board. 27 is extending an agreement with Madison County Bridges. 28 is entering into an agreement with Liberty Resources. And 29 is also entering into an agreement with Liberty Resources. This is Mary Kavanaugh, Chairwoman, Health and Human Services Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Kinville. Aye. Kennard.
Aye.
Rieger.
Aye.
Reuter. Roberts. Schwartz.
Yes.
Stepanski.
Yes.
Stokes. Vosberg.
Yes.
Walrod. Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn. Kavanaugh. Corbin. Cunningham.
Yes.
Davio. Henderson. During.
Aye.
Jones. 1,500 votes in favor. Resolutions for our planning committee. Number 30 is authorizing an agreement with Madison County Tourism. 31 is authorizing development agreement with Housing Visions. 32 is amending an agreement with ECC Technologies. And 33 is authorizing an MOU with the Village of Chittenango for an ADA kayak launch project. This is Evan Schwartz, Chairwoman, Planning Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Dave Jones, second. I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Pinard.
Aye.
Rieger.
Aye.
Reuter. Roberts. Schwartz.
Yes.
Stepanski.
Yes.
Stokes. Vosberg.
Yes.
Walrod. Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn. Kavanaugh. Corbin. Cunningham.
Aye.
Davio. Henderson.
Aye.
During.
Aye.
Jones. Kinville.
Aye.
1,500 votes in favor. Going with our Criminal Justice, Public Safety, and Emergency Communications Committee, resolutions 34 through 41 are all authorizing agreements. 34 is with Thompson Reuter Enterprise. 35 is with J. Scott Porter for appellate case services. 36 is with Lexipol for law enforcement subscription materials. 37 is with Lexipol for correction subscription materials. 38 is a lease agreement with Southern Madison County Volunteer Ambulance Corps for the use of ambulances. 39 is also with Southern Madison County Volunteer Ambulance Corps for the use of the ambulance station. 40 is with DeRidder Central School District for refueling. 41 is with Wilmac Business Equipment. And Resolution 42 is approving an update to the operating policies for Madison County Emergency Medical Services. This is Rex Vosberg, Chairman, Criminal Justice Public Safety Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Second, Mr. Reuter, second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Rieger.
Aye.
Reuter. Roberts.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Stepanski.
Yes.
Stokes. Vosberg.
Yes.
Walrod. Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn.
Yeah.
Kavanaugh. Corbin.
Yes.
Cunningham. Davio. Henderson.
Aye.
During.
Aye.
Jones. Kinville.
Aye.
Pinard.
Aye.
1,500 votes in favor. Our resolutions for our Highway Buildings and Grounds Committee, number 43 is designating disposal of surplus county personal property. 44 is authorizing an agreement with King and King Architects, and 45 is authorizing a rental agreement with Pitney Bowes. This is Lauren Corbin, Chairman, Highway Buildings and Grounds Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move these resolutions for adoption.
Mr. Davio, second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Reuter. Roberts. Schwartz. Stepanski.
Yes.
Stokes. Vosberg.
Yes.
Walrod. Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn. Kavanaugh. Corbin. Cunningham.
Yes.
Davio. Henderson.
Aye.
During.
Aye.
Jones. Kinville.
Aye.
Pinard.
Aye.
Rieger.
Aye.
1,500 votes in favor. Moving forward with our regular agenda resolutions, number 46 is modifying an agreement with Community Action Partnership for Madison County. This is Health and Human Services. Chairwoman is Mary Kavanaugh. See, I'm messing myself up.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Can I have a second? Ms. Kimball. Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
I abstain.
Carried. Kyle abstains.
Hang on one second. 1,348 in favor. Resolution passes. Resolution number 47 is authorizing chairman to enter into an agreement with the Community Action Program. This is again Mary Kavanaugh, Chairwoman, Health and Human Services Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Second, Ms. Kimball. All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
I abstain.
Kyle abstains.
1348 in favor. Okay, resolution number 48 is establishing free yard waste punch cards for residential yard waste disposal in Madison County. This is Melissa During, Chairwoman, Solid Waste Recycling Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Seconded by Matt Roberts. Discussion. Okay, roll call, please.
We can do all in favor.
Or no, I'm sorry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 49 is authorizing the chairman to enter into an agreement with Egan Excavating and Equipment for tanker truck hauling services. Once again, this is Melissa During, Chairwoman, Solid Waste Recycling Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 50 is ratifying and accepting a bid received at public auction and conveying county-owned premises. This is Evan Schwartz, Chairwoman, Planning Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Can I have a second? Dave Jones. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Roberts, Schwartz,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Stokes, Bossberg,
Yes.
Walrod, Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn,
Yes.
Kavanaugh, Corbin,
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Davio,
Yep.
Henderson,
Aye.
During,
Aye.
Jones,
Aye.
Kinville,
Aye.
Kennard,
Aye.
Rieger,
Aye.
Reuter. 1,500 votes in favor. So a last minute addition on your desks today, resolution number 51 is authorizing the modification of the 2024 adopted county budget. This is covering the auction advertising expense, and it's by Matt Roberts, Chairman, Finance, Ways and Means Committee.
Mr. Chairman, I move this resolution for adoption.
Do you have a second? TJ Stokes. This is a roll call.
Mhm.
Roll call, please. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Any discussion? I didn't hear any. Okay, roll call, please.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Stepanski,
Yes.
Stokes, Bossberg,
Yes.
Walrod, Wicks.
Yes.
Wynn.
Yes.
Kavanaugh, Corbin.
Yes.
Cunningham,
Yes.
Davio, Henderson,
Aye.
During,
Aye.
Jones, Kinville,
Aye.
Kennard,
Aye.
Rieger,
Aye.
Reuter, Roberts. 1,500 votes in favor.
Did it?
That's it. And then we have
Okay, so we have our second public comment period. Mike, anybody on the list? Okay. Would anybody like to speak who has not gone near the list? Okay, if not, we have a feature presentation. Our county clerk, Mike Kevel. Great job.
One more.
No, I'll just grab a mic. I'll be as quick as I can because I know it's been a long morning already. The county clerk's office has a lot of different hats and a lot of employees. Clerk of the Supreme Court, Recorder of Land Records, Passport Agency, Agent of Commissioner of DMV. I'm the Records Management Officer for the county, and the county historian at some point in the past was put under the auspices of the county clerk's office. Does anybody know what types of, besides Tina or Melissa, do any board members know the types of cases that come through the county clerk's office? No? All right, I was going to give candy out if anybody knew an answer. This is our staff in the county clerk's office. We have 4 recording clerks. We have an office assistant too, and I have my deputy, Andrea Hitchings. We handle civil cases. So just about every lawsuit that's commenced against somebody who lives in Madison County is going to be filed into our office.
We also handle all of the monies and fees that have to be paid with all of those civil cases. We handle appeals cases from the lower courts. We see mostly people not paying their credit card bills and getting sued by the credit card companies, and people burying their heads in the sand and then signing the default judgments for all of those transactions, or for all of those actions in the court. And then we also file or record the transcripts of judgment from lower courts or from foreign courts. So one of the changes in New York State is that people's licenses generally are not suspended for traffic tickets anymore, because that's not fair. So instead, the lower courts file judgments against them. All of those judgments hit the DA's office, and then the DA has to bring them over to our office, all no fee transactions. And we put on, 300 transcripts of judgments for people who are not settled down and don't really have any property anyway. So it's just a beautiful reform that New York State pushed through the legislature. We are a fully e-filing county. We started in May of 2018, and about a year later, we became mandatory e-filing just in time for the pandemic to hit. And this has been tremendous. If you look at this picture, behind the clerk's office, there's these two giant machine-looking things. We were putting physical paper cases into that giant Lectriever, those two giant Lectriever machines, and it looked like it was going to go like that forever. When we started e-filing, we no longer take paper cases and keep them forever. Even if somebody comes in representing themselves for a lawsuit, or if an attorney files a matrimonial, because those are exempt from mandatory e-filing, we don't keep the paper. Once we get that digitized, about 3 months later, we get permission from the court to get rid of it. So we are not adding to the vault of paper records in the basement anymore in Madison County for civil supreme actions. As recorder of land records, that means all the deeds, mortgages, easements, everything that has to do with land records going all the way back to when Madison County was first incorporated is under my custodianship and the custodianship of my clerks. We docket all judgments and satisfactions that are recorded against residents of Madison County. We file all subdivision maps that come to us from the townships, villages, and the city. We file a myriad of other random stuff that people just show up and say, hey, I'd like to file this in your office. Pay the fees, we'll take it. Applicable taxes and recording fees are collected at the time of recording all of those land records. So that's mortgage tax, transfer tax, that's fees for forms that are required to accompany those land recordings. We collect all of that stuff. In addition, we do really fun stuff like DBA filings when somebody decides they want to start a business. We do domestic partnerships. Thanks to this board, we've been doing domestic partnerships for about 2 years now. And that's a revenue generator for the county, and it's helpful to the people who want to pursue that option for declaring their intentions of relationship with one another. And we authenticate notarial actions and the registrars of vital statistics signatures in our office. And we also provide at no fee notarial services for anybody who walks in the door and needs to have their signature witnessed. Our online records is going to bring the county about $40,000 this year. And because of that, we have less foot traffic in the office. And thanks to the team from Buildings and Grounds, thanks to John's team, over the last 7 years, we have been able to do my clerks have done disposition on a lot of paper records that we had both digitally and that we had physically in the office, like deeds, mortgages. We've been doing disposition on the paper, verifying it for a second or third time, making sure that the images are readable. And that has allowed us to get rid of one of these. I don't know if you've seen these giant shelves that are in my office, but there used to be 4 on the right side of the room, making things really cramped. We had really tight aisles in between, and we were not ADA compliant. And since the courthouse was such a fun example of what happens when you're not ADA compliant, it seemed prudent to try to move in that direction. So we have eliminated one of those shelves, and John's great team, through a lot of effort, got those spread apart so that they are 36 inches, so that they are ADA compliant. We've also accomplished the same thing on the other side of the stacks, to the left side of the room. We are also landlord to 3 title search companies. Oneida Valley Abstract, Leather Stocking, and Allied are all share this space. If you look over to the right side by the windows, we gave them window view so they can enjoy the public health building and the quad out there. But they all pay rent. We increase their rent just a little bit every year so that they appreciate the opportunity to be in the office. And they are not county employees. The county does not perform title searches because we don't have the insurance to do it, and we don't have the staffing to do it or the training to do it. So these are private companies that when people come in, if they want a title abstract, they're right there to help them, or they can go online and find another company to do it for them. We're going to get about $12,000 from them this year and another slightly more than 12 next year, the county's budget as landlord. We also have the largest flatbed scanner in the state of New York outside of New York City. And if your township has any projects that need scanning on large size, we're happy to do it. Private sector will do it for you too. We've helped the City of Oneida YMCA used our services for a fee to scan and digitize some of their blueprints. We do projects like that to help the county's bottom line as well. We are a passport agency. If you look closely, there's a tripod there. There's a little white screen. We have a mobile unit for our passport agency. We increased our revenue by about 50% this year over last year by doing a couple of passport fairs, one down in Hamilton, one over at Chenango High School, and we're going to continue to do those and expand those because it's a great service to the public and it's a good revenue generator for the county, and it allows people to get their passports more easily. But if you also look just past that over to the left, we've added 4 nice workstations. Again, shout out to John Regan's building and grounds team that we have 4 computer stations that instead of sitting up with wires going everywhere, it looks really sharp for the public to come in and search our digital records. I think that's everything there. Yep. All right. In terms of the cash, the county clerk's office side of the county clerk's office is year to date at $660,000 to the county. And I'll just let you look at that. Most of it's coming through recording fees. We get to collect a little bit of money for county court fees. A lot of that is fines that end up going to the sheriff's office or the DA's office. But yeah, we got money. Wampsville is the best DMV. The DMV hat that I wear, the Wampsville is the best DMV. If you go online, we've got a 4.5 rating on Google with over 300 entries where people took the time to say, wow, the service was amazing. Oh my gosh, they were so friendly. And then the one person who had no business being in the office who says, they couldn't do this. And it's like, yeah, you didn't pay your insurance for 6 months. Get out of the office. This is our staff over at DMV. We have 10 motor vehicle reps. We have 3 senior motor vehicle reps, a DMV supervisor, and a deputy county clerk. And our deputy county clerk has been in the office for 4 decades. If you look at the gentleman, the young man that's right next to me there, that was the winning contest entry. We had an art contest a couple of years ago to kind of come up with a brand or come up with a logo. So high schools and middle school students all across the county were invited to participate. Many schools did. Every school had a winner. Every school winner got a check. The grand prize winner, I think, got a check for $500, all sponsored by auto dealerships that are here in Madison County. And we got ourselves a really nice logo that hangs, I'm going to go back just, that hangs above there, and our pens have it on there. It's on our outgoing mail. It's on all kinds of stationery that we use so that people know that Wampsville DMV is where to be. We also have partnered with New York State and with Donate Life New York State, which is the organization that manages the database of people who are registered. And New York State just hit a huge landmark with over 50% of New Yorkers are now signed up to be organ and tissue donors, which is just incredible because we were down in the high 30s, I think, for quite a while. We were like second to last nationally for participation in organ and tissue donation. And we've done a lot of stuff in the month of April, which is Donate Life Month, to try to promote that and encourage that. And this last year, we held a banquet fundraiser and raised about $3,000 for their organization to help them cover some of their administrative costs. And many around this room helped with that. My deputy, Andrea, was tremendously helpful, as were some of our motor vehicle reps and our office assistant, too, Robin. Year to date, our DMV has done 119,000 transactions this year, which is a 7.6 increase over last year to date, which this is as of October through October 31st. I didn't look at November numbers. But 7.6% increase is phenomenal. Our in-office retention on that is 1,083,000. Under the new calculations, we are overall, including online and in-office, we're down just 0.1%, which is, given that they docked our in-office retention by 20%, I'm really happy that we're at minus 0.1. I was expecting to be down $200,000 this year, and it looks like we might make it up with the increase that we've had. So our total retention, including online DMV transactions in Madison County by Madison County residents, we are at $1.2 million to the county as of the end of October. In addition to those two hats, three things, we also have the records management office is under the auspices of the Madison County Clerk's office. And that is a nice picture of Matt Shaler. He is our records management coordinator. And although most of you around the Horseshoe may not recognize him, all of our department heads know who he is because he's been pushing out to departments to help with the management of records. And he has cleaned up the basement and building floor and has worked very well again with the DSS leadership as well as buildings and grounds to make the basement over underneath the DSS building much more compliant. Christina, wherever you are, you'd be happy about that. Much more compliant with how we're storing some of those records that are supposed to be very closely guarded, and also just better management of that space. This picture that I'm showing you here is the ARPA funded high density storage shelves that we installed about 2 years ago. And that has allowed us to take the clerk's records. We're split between this building and DSS. We're able to get all of them together in one area under this building, which created space on the other side for records to be stored in a secure room. And we're working with both Paul and Buildings and Grounds to move further with that, with more secure storage space over there. Luann's also been very helpful in making those changes. This is a picture of some of the panels that were put together by our county historian. In the last 2 years, we've made an investment, and I don't know if you guys, who's seen these in DMV? We've got them in DMV. People like stand in line, they wait for the kid to take the test, they start reading, they're like, oh, wow, Madison County's got pretty cool history. Well, he takes these things on the road to the county fair and to some other events that happen, and I mean, go down there sometime, see if you can get yelled at by somebody by trying to lift one of those things out of the holder. They are not fun to wield around. And we made the investment of making those things onto actual pull-up, hang, very lightweight, easy for him to get them around so that we don't have to pull those out of DMV a couple times a year to get them around the county so people can learn about our rich history. And that's all been done by Matt Ertz, who is our county historian. He's in the back corner of my office with Matt Shaler. So if you go to the back corner of the clerk's office, just yell, hey, Matt, and somebody will answer you with a beard. He's also the one who had the idea of getting these maps, which he had hand scanned before I became clerk, to getting these out in the public view, to get these up in the lobby so that people can see them. And every day I see people from Madison County standing there staring, looking for their township, looking for their family name. It's just an awesome thing. He's got great ideas. He's been helping the Madison County Tourism make sure that they get pamphlets back into the lobby of Building 4 because the prior person had them pulled, and we've again, I can't say enough about John Regan's team, getting everything set up so that those can be accessible to the public. We had people coming in and asking for those materials, those pamphlets for Madison County businesses and Madison County parks. And we're like, sorry, they're not here anymore. You know, and we asked to have them put back, and the person said, yeah, I don't see value, and I'm not going to do that. And to her credit, our new person who's doing Madison County Tourism was like, yeah, we need to get those things in there. People need to know what we've got. And we got people coming in from Oneida and Onondaga every day, sometimes Oswego. We want them to know what we have here. So that's been a great thing that he's helping to spearhead. You guys all know that he does the History Where You Eat. He just told me today, Shackleton Point, Cornell Cooperative Extension wants to do a food truck History Where You Eat about the Shackleton Point location that Cornell has out there. But he's been in most of your towns doing those kinds of things. Just a great resource. I'll say more about him in just a second. And then the other thing that we've been trying to do, and this is in conjunction with Matt and my deputy, Andrea, we've been working to try to build and formalize a Madison County Municipal Clerks Association to the benefit of everybody around the Horseshoe and the mayors who aren't here for their village clerks, village clerk treasurers. And some folks, I know Casanova has been very involved, both the town and village level. Eaton has been very involved. Town of Hamilton has been very helpful. And other townships have occasionally, like their people have shown up to some of the meetings. Sometimes people can't make it, but please continue to encourage your town clerks and your village clerk treasurers to try to participate in this. I think we're planning to have the head person for the Committee on Open Government from New York State come out and either do a virtual or an in-person training on FOIL-related matters, which will be very helpful for your town clerks. And the last thing I wanted to build off of this on was that Thank you to this board for support and encouragement in being engaged in associations beyond what we just do in our offices. Matt is a member of the, some crazy name, I wrote it down. He's a member of the New York State, it's the Association of Public Historians of New York State. He's been on their board of directors. He's a former vice president of that organization. He's actually arranged to bring that organization's annual conference next year up to Cazenovia to be held up at the Hampton, which is awesome. But he's very involved with that group. Matt Shaler is on the board of directors for the New York Association of Local Government Records Officers, and he jumped into that like his second year working for me and got running with it. And I'm on with the New York State Association of County Clerks. I'm the treasurer and I'm the regional chair. And we can't be involved in those kinds of things if we don't have your support. We just had our clerks conference a week ago, and I'm sitting around a table listening to people who have terrible relationships with their HR, people who have terrible relationships with their county attorney offices, county clerks who have no relationship with any of their board members because they only meet with them once a year to talk about budget. And I've said it before, and I can't say it enough. I'm going to say it every time I talk to you guys. The lines of communication that you afford your department heads, your elected officials, allow us to give great services to the public, to be at the front of everything that's happening at the county level in New York State, and allows us to do the things that we're going to be doing in the very near future with records management and provide service. And Paul's done a great job already of providing services downstream to town government so that you guys can perform better at your level as well. So thank you. And that's what the clerk's office does.
Mike, thanks for your vision and your staff and your energy. You guys do a fantastic job. Just like to say that Madison County is proud to honor the brave men and women who have served this nation with Operation Greenlight. So if you get an opportunity to look at our building, I think, Ryan, you said that it's going to be up until the end of this month. Correct. Okay. So we're recessed until, let me see if there's any other business. Yes, Kyle.
Mr. Chairman, just a quick point. Thank you for making this happen. Just tremendous presentations, and thank you, Mr. Covell. That was great. I just wanted to say a special thanks to Tisha Cook in the mental health department as well. Tisha was gracious enough to come to our town board meeting on Monday night and really help educate our whole team. And we're doing a big push, to educate the rest of our residents, and just what a tremendous job they have done for not only Cazenovia, but for all of the residents in Madison County. And just wanted to tip my hat to them and say thank you very much.
Thanks, Kyle. Anyone else? Okay, we are recessed until November 21st.